Jefferson Curls. This is going to teach you how to round one segment of your spine at a time. A lot of the times people with low back pain are afraid to round their back. And I know because that was me. I used to have a lot of low back pain and sciatica from a disc injury, from 2 disc injuries. This motion, when I first started doing it, I could only go about right here without pain. But what I did and what's worked for a lot of people is I just worked the pain-free range of motion. And then over time, I've been able to work up all the way to going knees locked, palms to floor. And that's something that you can do too if you're patient with it. So here's the motion. I'll show you the side view. I'm gonna tuck my chin, and then I use my stomach to come down. So it's like you're doing a sit-up to go down. My knees stay locked. That way I'm not thinking about using my lower body. So my knees are locked. I push my toes into the ground. So I grip the ground with the tripod of my foot. And I tuck the chin around the upper back, then the mid back, then the low back. Go down as far as you can. If you can only get, halfway, that's fine. Key part is don't let the knees bend. Lock the knees, and that way you stretch your entire back. Eventually you'll be able to go farther. Sometimes this is an uncomfortable motion, or it's a difficult motion for people to get their head around because they're just not used to doing it. I'll see people do this, and then their whole back moves as a unit. So if that's the case, that means that the core is usually undeveloped. So one more time, tuck the chin. You can shrug your shoulders forward, and then use the stomach to get yourself down. Knees are locked, toes are pushing in the ground. Eventually be able to get all the way down, come back up. After that's easy, then you can stand on a box, and you could hold the weight, and you could try to do the same thing. And the goal with this is to be able to get your palms lower than your heels, and then come back up. I would start with 5 to 10 reps, just going nice and slow. Work the pain-free range of motion. And if you do that on a consistent basis, your range of motion will improve, not only in your back, but especially in your hamstrings and then the tissues behind your knee. So that's a Jefferson curl.